I mean, the idea that this is a bioweapon doesn't quite fit because it's
No.
not deadly enough.
Yeah.
It's now,
It's you're right. You're absolutely right. It's not deadly enough if you wanted to have mass deaths, but it does point to something else that might be going on. I want to lay some things on you right now and get your response and your thoughts. So I'm looking on a website right now, which is the worldometers.info, where it gives you the coronavirus infection counts live. So right now it says worldwide there's 162,654 people confirmed that have coronavirus. It also says that out of that 162,000, there's been 6,069 deaths from coronavirus. It also says that out of that 162,000 people, 76,219 people have fully recovered. Now, this is something that the mainstream media is not mentioning at all.
yeah.
Now, I don't know if that's the same in the UK, but over here, this number of 76,000 people out of 162,000 people have fully recovered is not being reported.
No, and it's not to that we. There's been interviews with people who've recovered, but
Right.
there's been no like statistics. But of course, this is fits in with what we know about it. We know it has a roughly 2% mortality rate
Uh huh.
when it's infected when it affects the entire population. If you catch it, you have a roughly 2% chance of dying. Now, this doesn't mean I have a 2% chance of dying. It depends who you are, but it
Right.
means, for example, it's just generally across the population, an average person has a 2% chance of dying,
Right.
which means
But think of this though, Ben.
mm,
From October 1st, 2019 to February 1st, 2020, in the United States, 30,000 people died from flu.
yep,
Regular, normal flu, right?
mm,
From October 1st to February 1st, 2020, 30,000 people died from flu.
you
Now,
know,
this paints a picture, from my perspective, that something else is going on here. There's some kind of maybe experimentation, mass control. Let's see what we can get people to do or not to do. Let's lock down the country. Let's see how far we can push this, because the numbers because the amount of people that are infected and actually die from regular flu every year dwarfs what's going on with the coronavirus.
isn't that weird? And that's because there's more people have flu, obviously, but the mortality rate is for coronavirus, is only in percentage, is only slightly above that of seasonal influenza.
So
Only.
what's going on here? I mean,
It's a good question, isn't it?
is this really? Are we really at the tip of the iceberg where things are really going to get bad? Where there's going to be hundreds of thousands of people dead? Now, if that's the case, then yes, everything they're doing right now is legitimate. But what if it's not? What if the numbers of people that die because of this are a drop in the ocean compared to, say, regular normal flu? Well, if that's the case, why are we all this fucking quarantine and shutting down businesses and everyone running around like, oh, buy toilet paper, what the fuck? Why is that happening?
It may be some kind of psychological warfare experiment.
Exactly.
Maybe they just want to see what will happen if we are faced with some kind of threat. So they hype the coronavirus up as this boogeyman. And let's face it, coronavirus is a thing that I wouldn't even know existed if I hadn't
Right.
seen it on the news. I
Exactly.
mean, I would have dismissed what I have now as regular flu
Uh huh.
if I hadn't watched those news stories. I've got a
I
particularly
got,
nasty case of
and
it.
you know what? And when you do get the flu, right, on say none of this was happening, and you got the flu, you'd be like, oh, I got the flu. I don't feel too good, and that's the end of that. But now with this, because all of these seeds have been planted in our minds thanks to media, I mean, you get a fucking cough right now, and you're like, oh my god, I've got it. Oh my god, but the mortality rate is less than the regular flu. So what is going on here? It's very suspect.
I think they want to see what effect this has on our culture and the psychology. Somebody's monitoring us.
It has to
I'm
be.
sure they are. Whether it's whatever the coronavirus is, whether it's artificial or natural, it's being used it may be well being used in an opportunistic way to see how we respond, and possibly the media are deliberately stirring it up for that reason. It could be that they are planning a more serious biological warfare attack at some point, and this is like a dry run.
Well, what it could be also, Ben, is there because working from home when you're used to being, socially with people, you can get your day going, you can get more work done, you're socializing, you know what's going on with the company. Working from home can sometimes be a challenge, right? Because you're on your own, you're sitting in your office or in your kitchen or wherever it is you've plunked your laptop, and you look over and there's the TV and there's the refrigerator and
Yeah.
there's lots of distractions. But it's as if they're kind of priming the culture to be more comfortable with working from home for some reason.
Hmm.
There's that path that they're going along. And there's also the specter that's hanging over our heads of the conspiratorially minded of a future vaccine. Now,
Yeah.
the way things are going right now, and the way we've been mentally conditioned by the media, is that the minute that some motherfucker comes out and says, "Okay, we got a vaccine for corona," there's going to be fucking lines of people, queues round the fucking block to get this shot.
Do you remember when the H1N1 vaccine came out 2009 during the swine flu epidemic?
Yeah.
Do you remember that when Gilead Pharmaceuticals, I think they made, oh God, was it 18 billion, something like that? I mean, Donald Rumsfeld was one of the shareholders, I
Mm-hmm.
remember. This is going to be even bigger. This is going to be the biggest payday that the pharmaceutical industry has ever seen. We're in the middle of a global pandemic, and they suddenly say, "Right, vaccine is now available." And I remember that the people queuing up for the swine flu jab. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
People at chemist shops. They were. I mean, they are. They can sell this to the health
But this
services. They can
this
sell
is
this to.
gonna this is gonna make that shit look like a walk in the park on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
This is gonna dwarf it. It's gonna be huge.